Bibi Netanyahu earlier today had an incredible message for the president, French President Macron, because he's been talking about doing, sanctions to Israel and stopping weapons, and very, very friendly to Iran. And so check this out.
I have a message. I have a message for President Macron. Today, Israel is defending itself on 7 fronts against the enemies of civilization. We're fighting in Gaza against Hamas, those savages who murdered, raped, beheaded, and burned our people on October 7th. We're fighting in Lebanon against Hezbollah, the most heavily armed terror organization in the world, which was planning an even greater massacre than October 7th on our northern border, and that has rocketed Israeli towns and cities for nearly a year. We're fighting against the Houthis in Yemen and the Shiite militias in Iraq and Syria that together have launched hundreds of drones and missile attacks against Israel. We're fighting against terrorists in Judea and Samaria who are trying to murder civilians in the heart of our cities. And we're fighting against Iran, which last week fired over 200 ballistic missiles directly at Israel, and which stands behind the 7-front war against Israel. As Israel fights the forces of barbarism led by Iran, all civilized countries should be standing firmly by Israel's side. Yet President Macron and some other Western leaders are now calling for an arms embargo against Israel. Shame on them. Is Iran imposing an arms embargo on Hezbollah, on the Houthis, on Hamas, and on its other proxies? Of course not. The axis of terror stands together.
I think he raises a great point there. The axis of terror stands together. If you look at Russia, China, Qatar, Iran, they're very North Korea, the Eastern Bloc of basically countries that are looking to take us back to the Stone Age. Well, not necessarily China, but the various forces of this world, the evil of this world, they're sticking together. They're loyal. They have loyalty. They say there's no loyalty among bandits, but it seems like they have much better loyalty than the West has towards Israel.
But countries who supposedly oppose this terror axis call for an arms embargo on Israel. What a disgrace. Well, let me tell you this. Israel will win with or without their support. But their shame will continue long after the war is won. For in defending ourselves against this barbarism, Israel is defending civilizations against those who seek to impose a dark age of fanaticism on all of us. Rest assured, Israel will fight until the battle is won, for our sake and for the sake of the peace and security of the entire world.
As always, Bibi Netanyahu says it better than anyone. I think this is a good idea to send a message to Macron. You can't play both sides of the same coin. You can't say you support Israel's right to defend itself, and then when they're surrounded by terror proxies and Iranian-backed militias, say, okay, now we're just gonna pull that support because we'll defend you except for when you need defending. We'll bring you more updates on this channel. For more, subscribe to Jewish Uncensored, and I would also maybe sign up to our memberships, YouTube memberships we just launched. Very excited about that. We'll bring you all the latest content on the Israel-Hamas war and what's going on with the Jewish people worldwide.